I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jack the Ripper. So war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light work. It ain't about who got this gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. 6 shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking the moment they are called. Their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughter safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it, I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me, I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraphs or forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to get salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. The same that done pulled me from the dirt and from the mud, it's gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid, plus 10. Put me in the Supermax, I get super jacked, working out every day, canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe, my brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Still my fate, I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their name. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need to company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. What only make it worse is loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.
We talking about practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we talking about practice.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we shred a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They ring got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, niggas, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows. Thinking you woke into your third eye, peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, they bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laugh at these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number 1 at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this, janitor with the mop stick. You gon' need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10 I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7", is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk, I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl, I'm talking about another gun. We here now, hey look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas, we burn the crib down. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga, I don't fear clown. Silences make it sound like raindrop, that's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view or get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war, I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex, that's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga, I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Yay-Z, you know the chop. I.S.U.P.K. Badness no sad. Let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot casket stay, boy. You must see one back this prayer. When the map stick raise that big straight. Shot misplaced. The key then in your head stop misbehaved. Crack his face. The key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this place. War with them bunny like plastic plate. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the U.P.K around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the U.P.K around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We no take drape up. We no take date up, we no stay up. And when the next day come, we no change up. My heart, them brothers, them wake up. AK boss boy, head top shake up. So tell a pussy hold down, violate us. No care where you status, where you take up. Every man a killer till miss a dead face, you straight up. Great stuff, one West link bigger than NATO. Man we bust it to NATO. Only man we afraid of, that are the creator, the maker. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15 and AR rounds. AR-15s and AR rounds. AR-15s and let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot gasket stay, boy. You must see one Baptist prayer. When the map stick raise that lick straight. Shot misplaced. The teeth them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face. The key never tell us so we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this space. War red them bunny like plastic plate. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds.
Good. All right, let's clap it up. Yeah, but Shema Shabrak Thumb. Yahweh Shemala Thunba Shem Yahweh Shai. Coming in live from DC. Wednesday night scripture breakdown / law class. Any questions you have, you know what I mean, you could ask it. Any questions or anything you needed to clarity on, let's get it, all right? You all know this weekend, New York cookout, East Coast, Salakia, East Coast headquarters region, cookout Saturday the 27th, huge camp, Times Square, boys. I mean, that's, you know, in every priest and prophet's life, that's in damn near sacred ground. Times Square is something ridiculous. I urge you to just, you know, make every effort if you can to get there. All right, Times Square is going to be something insane. All right, Commander General Yahanna coming through. You all know he's going to tear the thing down every time he touched Times Square. It's a ridiculous video, viral video. Right. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. Because, of course, seeing black men and so much power in a place like that to the oppressor is like, you shouldn't be here. So you're going to get every which way, every nutcase, everyone who think they know something, going to try and going to get, you know, you're going to get famous. That's what I'm going to say. You want to be famous, nigga? Look, you're famous now. You're famous now. So for all the haters out there, come to Times Square. You know what I mean? For all the haters out there, all the challengers who have something to say, UPK is not the home of the truth, this, that, the other, and, you know, the Lord dealing with everybody. Well, you know, come before everybody and prove your cause. Produce your cause, Salakia. All right, produce your cause. So, yeah. All right. So, again, Times Square, you all know what it is. This Saturday, 27th, all day affair. Commander General Yahanna going to be coming through. Saturday night, I.S.U.P.K hosting a yacht party. You're going to be on that old 50-foot, 60-foot, 100-foot yacht. I don't know what Cesaria got. You know what I mean? You're going to be going around and showing Israel how to really get with it. And Sunday is the 28th, I believe. The 28th, Marcus Garvey Park, from just about 12 noon till maybe 8 or 9, I.S.U.P.K annual cookout, East Coast headquarters, hosting it. You'll make sure and get up there in New York. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Reserve. You know, call in sick from now. Let your boss know you're going to be sick on Monday so you could, you know, make it in the proper way. You know what I mean? So that is it. All right. Okay, so tonight, any questions? You can get. Come on.
Kind of, sir. So okay, so the question I have is about tithing, and 10% of any increase goes to the school. So if one is starting a business, and the way it's taught, whenever you start a business and you have very slim to little profits, they encourage you to take whatever you have and invest it back into the business. Whatever that those profits that you get initially, is that tithable money? Because they're saying if you're not taking it, you're just taking everything back and putting it back into said business.
And who says that?
Basically the world.
Okay, so that's the custom of our oppressor. All right. So when the oppressor, does he pay his bills at all? He pays his bills, or he puts everything back into the business.
No, he
because I would imagine you would need lights on to run a business, right? You would need some lights on to run a business. You would need, food, right? So the oppressor has to go to the grocery store, right? I would imagine you would need gas in your car. So how does he run the business if he puts everything back in? So that's what I'm asking. Does he put everything back in?
No, he doesn't.
All right, break it down.
Because just like you said, there are operating costs to running a business.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever profits he's getting, he's putting it to pay those operating costs.
Okay.
And then he's putting the rest into what they say, into growing it.
Into growing it. Okay. All right, I'll take that. So then is he paying any taxes?
They some slick devils.
Oh, well, break it down. Break it down for me so I can understand how slick the slope is.
Yeah,
break it down so I can understand it.
So what they do is having a regular slavery, the taxes get taken out before you even get your cut of it.
Mm-hmm.
What they do is they'll hold off on paying the taxes,
mm-hmm.
and then at the end of the year, quarterly, what they'll do is say, well, I had to buy gas, and I had to pay a phone bill, or I had to have this dinner, or I had to do all this X amount of stuff. So all these get deducted
mm-hmm.
within whatever I made, and
mm-hmm.
by that time comes, it'll be like, well, I didn't make anything, so I'm not paying any taxes.
Okay. So you're saying that the taxes is dependent on the profit?
No, it's dependent on what they spend for said business, and then they take that from the profit.
Okay.
And then if it goes within a certain threshold, then they'll say, okay, well, since you spent this much to support this business, you didn't meet that threshold, so you don't have to pay anything. That's why I say these niggas, they some slick back.
Okay, so they're saying basically that the taxes would be dependent on your expenditure. Okay. And depends on how much you spend. Then what?
Then they'll take that from the when your gross pay, whatever it is, and then let's just say your expenditures was $60,000 and you made $80,000. Now you get taxed on the $20,000.
Okay.
And sometimes that could be either very little or nothing at all.
Okay, I understand. Okay, no sweat. Okay, but then you would pay taxes still, and you paying taxes on your gas anyway, and you're paying taxes on your lights and your food, right? So now what you giving me is according to the oppressor's laws. And what's the law on tithes?
Anything that you get, anything that you
gain, right? Anything that you gain. So would you pay tithes on a loan?
No.
Why?
Because you're paying that back.
That's not your money. It's not an increase. You get the point? It's if anything, it's damn near like an advance because you're paying back into it. You understand what I'm saying? Really, let's say you take a loan for $3,000, right? in a few months you would have that money, but you need it now. So you're going to get this loan now in an agreement that in a few months you're going to pay that thing right back. You get the point? So, but when you get, as you paying it back, as you getting an income, you're paying tithes on your increase. You understand what I'm saying? So now, as far as with a business, you're the business owner. You should treat tithes in the same way on your increase. So now let's say your business is, let's say the startup cost for your business is $10 or whatever you're selling. You make charging cords, right? So for one charge cord to get all this put together and the little metal and the wire in it, it costs you $10, right? Typically for business, you charge at least 200% to make profit. If I'm making this for $10, selling it for $12 is nothing, because the gas I'm spending going back and forth, this, that, the other, and just your own equity into it, you want to make back at least the 10. So you'll sell it for 20 at least. So the 20 would be the profit. So now when you get 20, you're not tithing $2. You get the point? 10% of 20 is 2. What is the increase? $10. 10. Okay. That profit is that's the tithe. You understand? Not what's going back in. What you put in initially is, you're not tithing on that. You're tithing on the increase. You understand? So now that's what you would tithe. Now, if you spend nothing to get it, you could do, well, you sort of call it some kind of marketing or something, shipping, something with Amazon, where that's probably it, where you like the middleman. Somebody selling this already for 10, you not spending no money for it, you getting it bought for 20 or 30, whatever it is, whatever is the increase, because you're not spending nothing. So whatever comes into you, that's what it is. You're gonna tithe on that. So now you have a business. After your cost is covered, that increase is what you would tithe on. You get the point? You could tithe on your business. If the business pays you. You get the point? You could do that. Some people do it in a way where the business is a company. It has expenses. And part of the expenses is the salary paid to you as an employee. That increase, you tithe on that, because the rest of it is business expense that goes right back into the business. You understand what I'm saying? So the business itself doing it, I would say just tithe the business. Whatever the business makes, just do that thing. Even the whole separation, that's I.S.U.P. The whole separation of, well, that ain't me. This is this cup. Right. It's not really me, but yet still I'm operating the cup. That whole thing is really I.S.U.P. It would really be you getting the increase. You get the point? This is you getting this increase. So you would pay the tithes on your increase. So now if your business for the year made $1, what's you going to say? I need to put all this back in because the profit is so small? No. That's it. Right? It's like I.S.U.P. don't care if your profit is small when he's ready to tax you. Right? You're still going to pay your taxes as normal. Right? So paying taxes is considered being a good American citizen. Right? So be a good citizen of Jerusalem. Pay your tithes. That's all. It ain't that complicated. You could have 10 businesses. You could have, you could sell hot dogs. Whatever increase you make, 10% of it belongs to the Lord. You can pay it now, you can pay it later, or the extortioner could come for it. Yeah, the extortioner could come get you, and then that'll be that. You get my point? So yeah, that's how it would be for a situation like that. You would pay the 10% on the increase of what you're getting. You understand? That's how you would do it. 10% on that increase of what you're getting. So like you get up and to what? Appreciate it. All right. Any more questions?
So we have a question. That's what we went over last week.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else asked it. It says, Coral Hum says, can I get a breakdown on 1 Corinthians 11 and 14?
Okay, is that the same brother who asked it last week?
It was a different brother.
Okay, this brother who's asking the question, is that the only question that's on there? Okay, the brother who asked that question, 1 Corinthians 11 and 14. Watch last week's class. We broke it down, I think, in the second hour of the class. All right, we just go into it real shortly for tonight. But it's extensively broke down in that last second hour of the class last week. So just check it out, all right? Go ahead, Bukwai.
This, you want me to read the scripture?
Yeah.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14. Doth not even nature itself teach you?
Skip up to 1 and 2. Skip up to the praying or prophesying with the head uncovered.
1 Corinthians 11 and 4. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. Verse 5. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth
How are we looking at?
With her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. For that is even.
Just text it to me, please. I'll pay attention to your phone. I'm gonna text it. Right?
For that is even all one.
Oh, sure.
As if she were shaven.
Okay, read it one more time.
1 Corinthians 11 and 4. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head covered, with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. All
right, so the brother who asked the question, once again, you could get a more extensive breakdown. Just go back, watch last week's class, especially like the second half. I believe we went into it. Somebody asked the same thing, all right? So the point here, the spirit of it here is what? Who remembers? All right, I'm going to break it down since none of y'all remember. A man praying or prophesying with his head covered, it dishonors the Lord. You're supposed to have your head uncovered. A woman having her head uncovered, praying or prophesying, meaning what? She's in class. She's in a high holy day. Her head is supposed to be covered to show humility, right? To show that she's humble and not a proud-ass monster like what this world makes woman, right? That's what this scripture is talking about. A man praying and prophesying with his head covered dishonors his head. So a man's head is supposed to be uncovered, which is why our headpieces have that hole in the crown. It's always having that crown exposed. A woman praying or prophesying with her head uncovered dishonors her head. Who is her head? That man, her husband, her father, or that father figure. She's absolutely dishonorable and shameless and like a dog. And you know what a female dog is. She should cover her head, right? She should show that she has power, that she could submit, that she could yield, that she could just quiet down and shut up, and her opinion does not matter in this case. And that is very healthy for a young sister. It's healthy. It's even healthier for a brother to witness that situation. It will do tremendous things for your self-esteem, for your confidence, for your masculinity, to be around a absolutely feminine woman who is so feminine, brother. She has no ambition to be some proud, loud monster. That's the spirit of this. Question.
So is that even in your prayer closet by yourself that a woman should be covered?
Read the scripture one more time.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head.
Did it give stipulations on where? No. Did it give stipulations on time? No. So what does that mean? When you're praying, you calling on the Lord for something. You praying on a timely fashion, or it might be some emergency. You may not have a headscarf. You could do this. You could put your hand over your head and cover your head. All right? But a woman, you wake up in the morning, you're going to pray to the Lord. You're going to say the Our Father. You're going to face the east, say the Our Father. You better get a scarf. You better get a bandana and drape that thing over your head like a good, humble daughter. Like you belong to somebody and you matter, and somebody should listen to you because of how feminine you are. This world makes women think that the only way that their voice can be heard is by being loud and extra and all in everybody's face and running, being a boss bitch. You ever heard that? I'm a boss bitch. That's the easiest way to get ignored by the Lord. That's why a boss bitch has to do what? What does she have to do? Give me some shit a boss bitch has got to do.
She has to pay for a man's company.
She had to pay for a man's company. Let's go. Keep going.
She has to be loud all the time.
She gets no rest. She got to be that 24/7. Go ask about boss bitch how tired she is. She always tired because she always working. Because you have to work to be that when you could have shut your mouth and be feminine. And somebody will just listen to you when you're not even talking. You don't even have to talk, and your man gonna know what's going on. Your kids gonna know. The Lord gonna know what's going on. When you want to run your mouth and be somebody you're not, you're gonna work for your whole life. You get the point? You're gonna be lonely. You're gonna be frustrated. You're going to be a goddamn drug addict because you're gonna be full of so much pain because you're screaming all day and in everybody's face and vaunting yourself like you're something, and nobody's still gonna listen to you. And you're going to be louder and more flamboyant and more this and more fierce and more this. And then at night when you go home, you got to go past by the gas man. You got to go past by the perks man. You got to get drunk so you could go to sleep on that big, lonely, cold bed because you wouldn't shut your mouth and cover your head. Get the point? Now, the opposite of that is a sister, brother, who wants for nothing. She's happy. Them kids love her. That man love her. Sisters love her, which is something rare for sisters. Sisters very rarely have real, true, authentic sisterhood and sisters who have genuine friends. You always have to watch your back, sis. You always watch this one and watch who say what. And yeah, I'm here eating with you, but I don't really, mess with her like that. Because all of y'all head uncovered and y'all some loud mouth female dogs. And each of you all know that about each other. And that's why as soon as one gets up, what happens? Who knows? Come on, sis. As soon as you go to the bathroom, you could go pay for the whole table. Who she thinks she is paying for? She think we broke? In fact, bitch, bring lobster. Bring this. Let's make her pay more. Because you're not feminine. You're a dog. Right? That's the spirit of this. The Lord wants you to not have that spirit. Because that spirit is absolutely unhealthy. You're going to take that spirit home to your husband and ruin him. You're going to take that spirit home to your children and ruin them. They're seeing you acting the fool. And they're gonna grow up all twisted up. The Lord don't want that. And the Lord wants a man to be absolutely masculine and a woman to be absolutely feminine. And that head covering is an outward show of what's in your spirit. You get the point? It's an outward show of what is in your spirit. The Muslims like to wear that kufi and pray publicly. They dishonor their head, who is a fake stone named Allah, because their head is covered. That's the first thing. And of course, praying publicly, the Lord say don't do that because you're a hypocrite. You're actually doing it for people to see. You're not actually doing it for the Lord. But their head is covered. The Jewish man wears that small hat, right? That yarmulke. They call them small hats. His head is covered. The Lord said, pray with your head uncovered if you're a man. You get the point? If you're a woman, you pray with your head covered. You get the point? Of course, in the Christian church, they teach women to do it, but under that covering is a lot of hoeing going on in that church. Under that big 10-gallon hat is 10 gallons of hoeing going on. 10 gallons of loud-mouth hoeing going on and cooking for pastor and not the man, right? Because they're not. It doesn't train them to be humble. It's a spirit. It's not just doing it. It's just that spirit of it. But of course, doing it and in the right environment with the right teaching, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. So that's the spirit of this right here. Now skip me down to the verse that he wants. All right.
1 Corinthians 11:14. Does not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him?
Read it one more time.
Come on. Does not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? Right.
So now it skip forward. Once again, brother, the brother who asked him this question, you could definitely go check out that class from last week. All right. We went into it extensively. I'm not going to repeat it again for time's sake. But this part here is saying, does not nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? It's a question, meaning this. Paul here was dealing with brothers who was telling brothers they had to cut their hair, or a woman who did not want to cover her hair. And he had to explain that, sis, if you're not covering your hair, it's the same as if you were shaved bald. From the sisters, how does a woman feel if she doesn't have long hair? Raise your hand. Go ahead. Her self-esteem is low. She is ashamed. So now Paul is saying, if you don't want to cover your head, then you should shave all your hair off and be a nigger. Be shamed. You get the point? Because, of course, you're shameless. That's why you don't want to cover your head. So let's just shame you. And let's just go ahead and cut your hair. So now if I go threaten a sister right now, come here, let me shave your head. You'll do what? Hell no, you ain't cutting my hair. Well, if you don't want me to cut your hair, cover your head when you're praying and prophesy. When you're in class, in your high holiday. If you see that you being without hair is a shame, then it's the same as you being without a covering in the presence of the Lord. It's a shame. So you should cover your head. Now, for a man hair is uncovered. And a brother who has hair, brothers have different lengths of hair. It's not a shame to him if he has long hair or short hair or nothing. All that matters is his head is uncovered. The crown of his head is uncovered. By law, a priest has to wear a headpiece. So you're going to have a headdress or a head attire, which could come in the form of that, which is a war band, or what Bukwash is wearing, which is a war scarf, or what I'm wearing, which is a meat tree, or what these two brothers are wearing, which is more so like, it's like a headband, but it's more fancy. It's more, it has a little bit more art craft into it. You get the point? But all that is our culture, and it has nothing to do with a man's hair. And if a man's hair is long, it's not a shame to him. Paul was going through this whole battle back then, just like in the Christian church today. They try to get brothers to cut the hair off and cut the hair low. Now, if a man wants to cut his hair on his own and keep it low, that's his prerogative. But this is not something we teach that you have to do as doctrine. You want to cut your hair? Do it. You want to braid your hair? Do it. You want to grow an afro? Do it. Right? Read the next verse.
Verse 15. But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering.
Right? For her hair is given to her for a covering. If a woman have long hair, it's a glory to her. But if a man has it, is it a shame to him? Hell no, it's not a shame unto him. It's not a shame unto him to have long hair at all. Whoever is trying to oppress you, brother, by making you feel like it's a shame for you to have long hair, they're Satan. They goddamn Satan. You want to grow your hair out? Grow it out. If I was you, brother, there's something called male pattern baldness. You get the point? There's something called male pattern baldness. If you could grow your hair, grow it now before that bitch come catch you. Because when that shit come catch you, brother, it's an absolute wrap. It's an absolute wrap. You're going to watch pictures. You're going to reminisce. You're going to be like, yeah, boy. You might even have a phone. You know, I'd be flipping the pages on them big old albums when you used to have hair. You get the point? But before that thing come catch you, and it comes to catch you, go braid up that hair. Go do it if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. But it's not against the Bible to have hair that's quote unquote long for a brother. Right? It's going to stop where the Lord wanted to stop. You're not going to grow hair down to your lower back. You get the point? Read the next verse. We have no such customs.
Verse 16. But if any man seem to be contentious.
But if any man seem to be contentious means what? Argumentative. If any man wants to contend with this thing, wants to challenge it, wants to, speak against it or argue that this is wrong, what is wrong? That a man can't have long hair, that a woman should cover her head, that a man hair is wherever the Lord wants it to stop. If any man seems to be contentious, go ahead.
We have no such custom.
We have no such custom of a brother having to cut his hair. That's not our custom. That's actually the custom of the Greeks and the Romans. Really, it comes from Egypt. Egypt, in the Egyptian culture, having hair was considered what? It was considered unclean or dirty. having hair, that whole thing where you shave your body clean and shit like that, that's Egyptian. That's not our culture. The shape ups, this old square haircut. They that whole thing. This is not against the sisters. You for sure free to do it. Go ahead.
I would say almost the same spirit as our oppressor.
Well, that's where it comes from. This is why this place is spiritually Egypt, right? But that whole thing with how to shave the hair, that Egyptian hairstyle was a bald head, even till this day with the little braid coming out, right? Or they shave it off and put on that headpiece, that old pharaoh snake headpiece, right? The Egyptians they hated hair, right? They saw it as unclean. Give me Genesis 40 or 41, where Pharaoh sent for Joseph. Go ahead.
Sorry, sir. I have a couple comments and a precept.
Okay, go ahead with the comments.
We have also Zabadi that says, Salaki, sir, I have as well as a headpieces priests wear when teaching.
Right, you wear headpieces when you're teaching. That's correct.
And there's a precept for the shaven woman. Our Wadi says, Salaki, sir, Ecclesiasticus 26 and 25, a shameless woman. Talking about her hair as well.
All right, let me hear it.
It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
Read one more time.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
Right, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. What is a female dog? A bitch, a shameless woman. Right? That precept about her covering her head is to have her head, she's under subjection. Just think like this: proud, humble. Proud, humble. Just think like that in the spirit, right? That covering is to make her humble. That covering is to show that she does have shame. She understands what she should and should not do as a woman. You get the point? Please.
There's a sister online says from Princess Masara. Says, Salaki, sir, can you explain the part about her hair being her covering?
Her hair being her covering is okay. Without her hair, how do you look at her?
So I would say the same thing like when she's bald-headed.
How you look at her? No, sir, Salaki, come on. Let's keep it simple. Keep it real simple.
Her head's uncovered.
Like a man. You look like a nigger. You look like a man, Amber Rose. You look like a nigger. She has no covering now because you're a man. You could go up. Go on up, Nakai. You good. Go on up. All right. See you later, mama. So now without the head, the hair on her head, she's not feminine. She's not female. That's her covering. That's what, just think you're covering like, okay, a coat that you wear when you go out so that you're not cold, an umbrella that covers you, not umbrella. What's that thing from the sun? Parasol. You're going to have a parasol so you ain't burning in the sun, an umbrella that covers you from the rain. Think in the spirit. That hair that you got on your head, sis, it's not like a man's hair. The way how you rock it, it's not like a man. And because you rock it the way you do, a man will kill a whole nation for you. Now, go shave it off. Go be G.I. Jane. Go be, what's the broad name? Jada Pinkett. Go be that hoe. Does she have any protection? Did she have any protection at all? No. That's the proof. Will Smith went to protect a bald-headed hoe. And did everybody support him? No. He looked weak. Now, if he went up there, if anybody's does Denzel Washington's wife does she need protecting from somebody making fun of her? Do you even know her name? But that's his woman though. For how many years? Like 30-something years, 40-something years. Damn near. You don't even know that broad name. You don't even know. Ask Denzel if he'll kill anybody who come near her. Yes, he will. She has protection though. But that bald-headed bitch, that how Snoop saying, you dog-headed bitch. She got no protection now. Her son is damn near sodomite. Her daughter is a little hoe. Her husband is a effeminate. Because she won't cover her goddamn head. Is it literally her head is not covered? The spirit behind it. She's a proud bitch. So her whole house is in shambles. You get the point? Come on.
Slagger, with Denzel Washington's wife, she has short hair, and just like you're saying, no one's talking about her.
Okay, she ain't got short hair like Jada Pinkett.
Not like that.
Yeah, she ain't no nigga. Yeah, she's not that. She's not that. Will Smith looked like he with that alien from Men in Black. That bro. Yeah, she sit down there with her whole ugly face looking at him in the awards. You know what I mean? But if she was a humble sister that this brother was making fun of, you know, when Kanye West went to attack Taylor Swift, where did all the sympathy go? To Taylor Swift. All right then. She a white hoe. She got some hair on her head though. Salak, yeah, bad example, but you'll forgive me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was like, even like how our sisters were given where, you know, is it weave or wig? It's like it's because they find it important. You know?
Exactly. It's an important thing to have. That's it. You know what I mean? What's going on with Israel now? The Lord done smited his sisters in Israel. It says that in what is Isaiah? Isaiah, right? 3 and something, no, 4 and something, right? What else? Who are they, Hannah? Go ahead.
If I may, what was the verse in Genesis?
Genesis 41 and 14. Now you all know Joseph, right? Joseph got sold into slavery, correct? Right? Joseph got sold into slavery by his brothers. He sold to the Midianites, who are the Arabs today, part of the Arab. They're under the Arab umbrella. They're under the house of Ishmael. And he went into several different slaveries after that and ended up in Egypt. All right. So now he is in Pharaoh's slave quarters or the dungeon. And he is there. And Joseph had the ability to interpret dreams. All right. And because he had the ability to interpret dreams, he not famous for it, but certain people knew he had the ability to interpret dreams. So now he interpreted the dreams of, I think, the cook and the baker. He interpreted their dreams. Pharaoh had a dream about what? 7 fat cows, and then he had another dream about 7 skinny cows. Right? He couldn't understand what the hell it was talking about. So they overheard it and said, yo, there's a slave you got down there. This nigga could interpret dreams. He could tell you exactly what these dreams mean. Pharaoh sent for Joseph. All right. And of course, this was this dream that Pharaoh had was the Lord showing Pharaoh that he was about to hurt Egypt. He was about to plague Egypt with drought and famine, which was those 7 the cows, the lean cows. Right. Each cow represented a year. The fat cows represented a year, and Joseph went in there and explained the whole thing to him that you're going to have a certain amount of years of, you know, exorbitant food, you know, all the food going to be in abundance. And if I was you, I would stock it up, save, stock up, buy, because them 7 other cows with these bellies showing and the rib cage showing, that's famine coming to Egypt, and he ain't going to have no food. And Pharaoh listened to him. And that's how Egypt became the empire you know it as. Because during those 7 years, all the other kingdoms or nations around would come to Egypt to buy grain and to buy food that they stocked up in them 7 fat years. Joseph really delivered Egypt. All right, come on.
The precept you look for the scab on their crown.
Hold that. I'm going to come back right back to that, all right? Give me Genesis 41 and 14.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 14. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
And he shaved himself.
And he what?
And he shaved himself.
Go ahead.
And changed his raiment. and came unto Pharaoh.
And came in unto Pharaoh. Like he had to go clean up. You get the point? Because him having, you remember, he was a skip up to verse 12.
Verse 12. And there was there with us a young man, and Hebrew, servant to the captain of the guard. Right? There was with us a young man, a Hebrew. What is the custom of the Hebrews? Beard, braids. Right? That's our custom. Right? Or hair. Not having a bald head. You can't have a bald head. Not a forcibly bald one. If you have a naturally bald one, that's fine. Right? Keep reading. Come. And we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams. Mm-hmm. To each man, according to his dream, he did interpret. Right? So this is them telling Pharaoh, listen, this man, he interpreted our dreams, and he was absolutely right. So now, skip to 14. Come. Verse 14. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. Mm-hmm. And he shaved himself, mm-hmm, and changed his raiment, and came in unto Pharaoh. Right, so Pharaoh is like who? Biden. So imagine you going to the White House to meet Biden from the bottom of society, right? Like prison or just, the lowest part of society. You will have to do what? You get a haircut and get that shit perfectly square. Let them put the little card on your fucking head and, excuse me, we're gonna spray that black shit. Spray it, and then spray it with the alcohol. And then you got to go and get measured for a suit because you're going to meet Biden. That was going on way back in Egypt. You get the point? And he had to shave himself to appear how? How would that make him appear to the Egyptians? Like one of them.
How would you say it? Even today, I just said it would make you appear clean. You ever hear the phrase clean shaven? That's what it means. It doesn't mean like no hair. It means what you appear to be now, which is clean. You look like you're looking clean. Like how we even say that? Man, that should look clean. Like now you're looking presentable. No, you look civilized now. You get the point? That's Egyptian culture. That's the culture of America. That's how it is. Like getting rid of the hair. Sophisticated. Next time, raise your hand. You're right. Right? That's that type of culture. Right? That's not our culture, though. If any man be contentious, we have no such custom. That's the custom of the heathens. All right. What's the one you was holding?
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 17. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, mm-hmm, and the Lord will discover their secret parts.
All right. So that's a precept for sisters not being able to have that long hair and discover the secret parts is what? Where you at, Isaiah 1?
Isaiah 3 and 17.
3 and 17. Okay, go ahead, Shapan. Nope.
Their rebellious nature.
Nope. Secret parts. Yep. Meaning what? You see the way how our people dress today, our women dress today? Right. You see that girl, that FNF girl, FREE. You see how she dressed for the video? That's a curse act. That's an absolute curse. That's it's a punishment to dress like that. You get the point? It's a punishment where her secrets are discovered. Right. There's nothing more to imagine about what she got. Yeah. There's absolutely, what is there? Come on.
Sluggy, sir. It's heavy that you bring that because when you brought this out last week, when he was going over this last week, you were saying how brothers in here, when sisters have the headpiece, just kind of imagining how long their hair is or what
the hell is under that shit.
But in the world, everybody's showing everybody.
You don't got to imagine nothing. That's why she got to reinvent herself on every Instagram post. She got to have 1,000 wigs. She got to have, different makeup. And there's nothing to imagine because of the pride of it. And America makes you feel our oppressor is Satan.
the seduction in it is that this feels powerful when you're making yourself such a victim. You're making yourself powerless. You're making yourself worthless. And it's really a curse from the Lord for having. Give me the part where it says, stretch forth next and proud look, a proud, haughty look.
Verse 15. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 15. What mean ye? And ye beat.
No, that's not it.
It's God. It's in the bottom of it.
Of 15?
I'm sorry, this is 16.
Oh, Salaki, go ahead.
Sorry, verse 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
Are haughty, which is what? Proud. Proud. And that pride doesn't come naturally. That pride has to be instilled. Normally, a sister is not that proud. She's not that out there. Somebody has to what? She's not out there. Somebody has to turn her out. Somebody had to turn her out. And it's so horrible because this, without the Lord, everybody else is such base creatures. Somebody is salivating at the thought of turning you out. You too good. You're too prissy. You're too humble. You're too quiet. I'm going to turn you out. That's such an evil, predatory thing to say to somebody. And it happens to both young brothers and young sisters. It happened, the whole WNBA is about that shit, oppressing straight women. Go ahead.
So how are we supposed to embrace our beauty without it being vanity, though?
Who's supposed to embrace your beauty?
Like ourselves without a self.
Are you supposed to embrace your own beauty?
I'm not sure. Like,
no, okay, no sweat. What type of shoes do you like? Just name one.
I like shoes to be comfortable.
Just to tell me one. Give me. Everybody have a brand. So don't give me that generic answer.
Nike, Converse.
Give me. There's many Nikes. Give me something.
I like Jordan.
You like Jordans, right? How do you embrace Jordans? Just by does Jordan embrace itself, or do you embrace the Jordan?
I like the color or the style.
No, meaning, okay, when you say embrace, okay, like how you say, how do you embrace your beauty? The Jordans to you are beautiful. Does the Jordan embrace itself, or do you embrace the Jordan?
I embrace the Jordan.
So you can't embrace yourself. Your beauty is embraced by a man. Give me up it. Your beauty is embraced by the Lord. Your beauty is not embraced by you. Why? Why your beauty can't be embraced by you?
Because is that us being in vanity? So is that
not so much the vanity part. That's true, but that's not the root of it. Why can't it be embraced by you? No sweat. Anybody else? Any other sister want to try? Come on, sis. You can't see yourself. I'll take that. You walking in the neighborhood. Not a problem. You want to try?
I want to say because you're not all what you really think you are.
You wake up today sad. So are you beautiful today? I know the delay was enough for me. The delay was enough. You ain't got to say no more. Listen, I'm gonna help you, sis. The delay was enough. Sisters battle with this because this is such a part of who they are. And your mood affects how you think. Your mood affects your outcome. Go ahead.
But I was saying, like, I don't feel that I should be defined. My beauty shouldn't be defined by somebody else, though.
Okay.
Depending on regardless, like, I understand what you're saying as far as like my mood can affect how I'm feeling that day, because I feel like I'm beautiful in sweatpants or whether I'm in a dress or a skirt.
Okay.
Regardless of anything, I feel like I'm beauty. My beauty lies within, not my physical being, though.
Okay, so if it lies within, what does dressing half naked have to do with anything? That's outside.
Right.
So then.
But what's the name? When I don't want to be uncovered because I feel like that may be projecting myself to be as a harlot.
And what happens? And what happens the day when you don't feel that?
When I don't feel like what?
That being uncovered projects yourself like a harlot. What happens the day? I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying for argument's sake. You said I don't feel like being uncovered because it'll feel like projecting myself to be a harlot. What happens the day when you don't feel like that no more? Or any sister, it doesn't feel.
I feel like it's because of more so like what is projected on the outside. Like what men would say, like, oh, they're a whore or they're a roller because of the way, or like if they are undressed or half covered, it seems like, oh, they're easy going. So it seems like, oh yeah, she's about it, whatever the case may be.
Right.
But I can embrace who I am and still have respect whether I have clothes on or not, because I was born
so so okay, hold on.
Okay, so of course I wouldn't walk around like that per se for myself.
Why you wouldn't walk around like that?
Why wouldn't I walk around?
Yeah, why you wouldn't walk around naked?
Because one, I feel like
you feel?
No, not feel. Okay. According to the scripture, as far as I don't know who.
Yeah, I know you don't know.
But no, they said to cover the father. They said to cover the father, that we should be covered. Correct or not?
No, that's not correct.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just trying to understand.
I'm gonna help you understand, sis. I'm gonna help you understand. Do you have a slavery? A slavery, my job that you go to work?
Yes, I do.
All right. Is there some days you don't feel to go?
Heck yeah.
Okay, so what makes you go?
It makes me go to provide for my family.
Okay, but do you want to go every day?
Hell no.
So what makes you go?
To provide for my family.
There's something bigger than you that decides what you do.
Yes.
And that's how you should live your life. You should live your life by something that's bigger than you, that is better than you, that tells you what the hell to do. That's how you should live your life. You should your idea of yourself being beauty has to come from somebody who is better than you, because you have feelings that trump your actions, and though you can't rely on nothing like that. You're gonna have to rely on having a strong father or a father figure to let you know what makes you beautiful. That's what has to happen. And then that father or that father figure is going to pass you over to a man just like him, who is going to let you know what makes you beautiful and what makes you ugly, what makes you distasteful versus what makes you delicious, what makes me want to fight for you and what makes me want to fight you. Somebody has to tell you that. And that's life. Life is about, there's somebody who is in charge that controls everything else. You can't go around basing life on your feelings, because feelings change. And for a woman, feelings feel like reality. A woman is the weaker vessel according to the Bible, and that also you have a higher threshold, not threshold. You are way more sensual than a man. A man is not that sensual. A man, a woman could be talked into something. She could be gamed up, which is why commercials are geared towards women, which is why the church has flowers everywhere and a preacher in a goddamn suit talking all proper, because it's geared towards women, because she could be beguiled easily because of your feelings. Man doesn't have those sort of, he's not made up like that. He's more blunt. He's more, water is wet, this is dry, this is hot, this is cold. With a woman, it's always a gray area. And you have to have somebody to pull you out of that gray area, because you're going to feel to walk naked one day. Give me 1 second.
So pretty much as a man is more practical, right?
A brother that's masculine is less affected by the carnal things. That's the best way to put it. A brother that's more masculine, he's less affected by carnal things. He's less sensual. He's not that responsive to shit that's going on around. You get the point? A woman by nature has to be sensual. Why? Because she's a nurturer. You understand? She's her whole being is for nurturing and helping to grow and to heal and to mend. So to be able to do that adequately, a sister has to be able to feel. She has to be able to empathize with you. She has to be able to feel something. A nigga, you could watch somebody bleeding out right there. Damn, nigga, you dead. A sister gonna be like, yo, You get the point? Because she's more compassion. She's that feeling. Our oppressor turns that feeling into I feel to be naked. I feel to show my ass today. I feel to have an abortion. I feel to let somebody run a train on me. I feel to go to church and change my life. I feel this. I feel that. That new Beyonce song, I want to go into that, brother. That You Can't Break My Soul bullshit, that is a slut's anthem. That is the gospel anthem of Satan. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. You won't break my... I just fell in love. I quit my job. You go look at the lyrics. I just fell in love. I quit my job. I'm tired of the trade. I do this. I do that. But I want a new foundation. A new foundation. I want new this. I want new. You can't break my soul. Bitch, your soul need to be broken. You need to humble. You need to chill to hell out. And because her audience is women, she's gaming up sisters to be what? You can't break my soul. Independent. Thank you. While she's what? Very dependent on Hove. She's very dependent on that big lip nigga. She kissing that lip and sucking on that thing and kissing him in the forehead and cooking for him and sitting down with him and chilling and doing exactly what he say. Meanwhile, the whole beehive singing new foundation. I want a new. You can't break my soul. You can't break my soul. And your dumb ass had to accept that shit? No. Your feelings are dangerous. What you feel does not matter, especially for a sister. Your feelings, you now have to be retrained on what you should feel about this and how you should feel about that, not what you in your head feels like. Come on. Saki Shapat. Let me hear it out.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
All right. Read that one more time.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Right. Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Sis, do you understand that? What does that mean?
Basically, okay, so the serpent attacked Eve, not necessarily Adam.
He didn't go to Adam at all.
At all, right. So,
why?
Because Adam already knew what the covenant between him and God was said.
Okay. Let me break it down a little more clear to you. A man will not go to your husband. He'll go to you when he's trying to run game.
Because we're more vulnerable.
And Eve is very vulnerable. That's where you get the word naive from. You ever hear naive? Yes. What does naive mean?
Naive means to be easily deceived.
Right. Literally, it means nigh unto Eve or near to Eve, because Eve was easily gamed up. If you eat this, if you partake of this, you're gonna have power. You're gonna be like a god. Sis, listen, you ain't got to cover your head. You got to listen. He's oppressing you. Uncover that head, sis. Wear them heels. Show them thighs, girl. Show what the good Lord gave you. Yeah. Somebody's turning you out. That husband needs to embrace them thighs, and nobody else supposed to see it. Nobody else supposed to see that. Your image is supposed to be of your husband. You are a reflection of him. You are his standard. And our sisters today are the standard of what men like. Men like hoes. So sisters is being hoes. If brothers stop liking hoes, brother, I ain't got to see your ass no more. You know what I mean? You know, the WAP song would never exist. Go ahead.
So I have a couple comments online.
No sweat. Go ahead.
The sister, Princess Mashara says, "I understand now about her head being covered." And she also says, "I cover up so I'm not exposed. I don't want anyone to just look at me easily and imagine me naked."
She don't want just anyone to look at her. Read it again.
She says, "I cover up so I'm not exposed. I don't want anyone to just look at me."
I don't want anyone to just look at me. Meaning what? There's somebody she do want to look at her naked.
Right.
There's somebody. Why do you think they're making different Jordans? Because there's a Jordan for you, and there's a Jordan for you. It's the same thing. There's a woman for you, and she wants you to look at her naked. She don't want everybody else to look at her naked. So, in other words, so for everybody else to not look at her naked, how does she dress? like a tent with some fly in it, some fly. Yeah, I mean, she gonna put some Israelite on the shit. She gonna, put some jewels on it, and she gonna, get some heels or some boots or something, fringes. She gonna look good, but you ain't gonna be able to see no flesh on that. And if you're a carnal, easy man, you're gonna be turned off by her because she's what? What did they say? She's what? Huh? Anybody know?
I don't know what you were trying to say. I'm saying unaccessible.
Yeah, but there's
They say conservative.
Nah, niggas don't use them big words out. It's too high for that shit. Niggas is too high for that.
Plain.
She plain. She's a plain Jane.
Yeah.
She's boring. Bring that boring bitch here. I'll excite her ass. I'll get her good and excited with that head wrap on too. Don't worry about none of that. Right? You like easy shit. So now she wants a man so bad. She dresses a certain way to attract that. Not understanding that's not how you embrace beauty. And that nigga gonna embrace your beauty all for about 2 days. Instagram full of them, so you ain't that special. You could go on Instagram right now. Ooh, wow. There's nothing special there. You're gonna have to be a cut above the rest. And you're gonna have to have that man embrace your beauty. No matter what you tell yourself, it has to matter to somebody who is better than you. Because you can't police yourself in that context. You can't, you'll never fix yourself. Right. You'll never make any changes because you behold yourself in the mirror and you are pleasing to you. But then there's somebody who is better than you who could tell you, you gotta change that. You gotta do that. You gotta get this right. You gotta do that different. You gotta do this. And now you could understand, okay, what that standard really is. Go ahead. Last question from me. Go ahead.
Okay, so it says that a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. So how do we determine as us being women to which man should we accept?
Good question. Good question. Good question. Let's get that scripture first. When a man finds a wife, let's get that first. All right? Real quick. Bukwash, any more questions? Bukaibo, please hit this fan here for me. This fan is breaking my soul. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. It's an evil ass song from that broad there. So like in the camera, you had your hand up?
Yeah, no, it was two things. It was that song, the beat is for gay men.
Brother, listen.
Because I being in high school, they have modeling, right? And then you have mostly gay men that model, but it's a little thing they do and all that.
I know you're talking about. You think when they throw themselves on the ground like they're dead.
Yeah. So that beat is for gay men, and that's what she shout out gay men. She said shout out to the doms.
The doms and the queens in the front and the doms in the back. Brother, I listen to the song, and I'm like, I don't think people understand how evil this shit is. This is an absolutely evil ass song. Absolutely evil, ridiculous. And the beat is really house, it's old school dance music. She sampled, I forget the song she sampled. I'm gonna remember it, but it's an old school from like CNC Music Factory. Them really, them up down, them aerobics music. You remember aerobics with Jane Fonda? To the left, to the right, and high knees and high knees. That whole up tempo type music, that glow stick music. She sampled that shit. And brother, the whole thing is really gospel. It's really that, I'm up. There's a whole part where she said, I don't believe I forget the damn thing. It was damn like, well, I'm not believing that. Oh no, what she said. If I say it, then it's gonna happen. Say it again, sis.
It's the song
Show Me Love. That's the song she sampled. You got to show me love. It's an old school song. But there's a part in the song where she's saying, I'm not saying nothing negative because it's gonna happen. I'm only saying positive things. So positive things could happen. Brother, that's dangerous. That's how you embrace beauty. You embrace beauty because you're going to look in the mirror and be like, there's nothing wrong with me with this bald head. And you are beautiful. You are special. You don't let nobody tell you nothing. Nobody's going to break my soul. And you leave the house looking like a freak of nature. You know what I mean? Sis, chill with the cross talking, please, all right? Here we go. Cross talking. You're gonna leave the house looking like a freak of nature with your head out high and them big old, Mary J. Blige shades, and you think you this and you think you that, when really you're common. You get the point? Not to say a sister wearing them shades is anything. I'm talking about the whole spirit behind it, the spirit of pride. Go ahead.
The second thing I had was when you was talking about us having a reference, us not using our own feelings, our own thoughts. The precept I put was Isaiah 55:8.
Go ahead.
For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord.
That's it. Like the way you think is, you think doing things right or living right or pleasing the Lord. That you think something is pretty, and to the Lord it's hideous. It's ridiculous. And give me no, that's not what I want. Go ahead.
You wanted to get it for the man who get it for wife?
Please read that for me.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36, verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
He that what?
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
Kazaki had something?
Yeah, I think you want the other one that she was quoting to.
Okay, I want this one. Is there another one?
What she quoted.
Let me hear it.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord.
And I'll take that if that's the one she wants. This is the real one you should follow, sis. Well, let's start with that one. Hold that one, Shabbat. Give me also a wicked woman is a wicked man's portion. It's supposed to be right there with your Shabbat. Kazak, read that one.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord.
That's the scripture I was talking about, right, sis? Yes. Okay, so now this is something Christians like to say to make themselves feel good. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. The problem is, brothers is marrying hoes. All right? It's not a good thing. Why? Because they get divorced. How soon after? 6 months later, 2 years. Shit. Look at Kanye West. Look at anybody in the world. Look at their marriage. Because they married a hoe. Will Smith marriage been over. It's been over. Bitch didn't even want to get married to him. Right? She didn't even want him. She didn't want him. You know what I mean? And he's so simple. He wants a hoe. He wants the exciting girl. He didn't want that Denzel wife who nobody know. That she got to have something to keep Denzel there for 30-something years. She keep the Equalizer. She keep the Equalizer, John Q, Training Day nigga, Man on Fire, Malcolm. She keep this nigga. She keep this nigga interested for 30-something years with that old boring behind. Give me boring now. She keep Hurricane. You get the point? But Jada Pinkett, that's she exciting. All right, nigga. So brothers is marrying hoes, not wives. It's a difference. Give me the other one I wanted.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26.
Wicked man, right? Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Right. So, sister, to what you saying, if a man marry, when a man get a wife, he get a good thing. A wicked woman is given to a wicked man. So now they're thinking, yeah, you get a good thing. You is just an evil bastard, and you deserve an evil ass broad. Because your two is made for each other. Celebrate. Go have a chaotic damn train wreck on your own. Don't get this hoe married to this good brother, and don't let this weaky feminine nigga married to this good sister. Y'all go over there and wreck trains yourself, and let the people who want to embrace what the Lord said is beautiful. Let them have a marriage. I ain't finished. Go ahead.
But a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
But a godly woman or a goodly woman, a woman of the Lord, or a good thing is given to him that fear the Lord. Now, Shaphat, give me what you have.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 20, chapter 20, I can't get out. 36, verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
Say it one more time.
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
He that getteth a wife begins a possession. A wife is a possession. She's a good thing if you fear the Lord. She's a bad thing if you're an evil-ass sinner. Either way, she's a possession. And a possession, just like that Jordan, you could, you decide how that Jordan gets worn. You decide where it gets worn. You decide, where it rests in your house. You decide you controlling how that Jordan appears. You are the one who giving the Jordan beauty. You the one who having it and rocking it and keeping it clean or not. Right. You the one who doing it. Go ahead. Read it again from the top.
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help, unlike unto himself.
A help like unto himself. A help like unto himself. What does that mean? Sis, raise your hand.
Somebody who's also like helping the fields like Ruth did for Boaz.
No.
Someone who's on one accord.
You answer it. Say it again.
Someone who's on one accord.
Okay, what you mean?
Meaning we are one.
You are one, but she's your possession. So how are you one? And she's a help like unto yourself.
She treats you like you treat yourself.
You on it. I think that's probably it. Come on. What's your?
It's like an extension of you.
She is an extension of you. That's damn near perfect.
Yeah, that and I was gonna say, essentially like that's it. Because like if you need your rib to do something or something like that, the way she moves, is on the way that your rib moves is on the way how you teach them.
It's on you. It's meaning that she's a help like unto you. Meaning if you have stuff to do, you're not able to do it. She's going to pick it up and handle it because you want to, because you want this done. So if I want you covered up, you're going to cover up. If I want you with that headscarf on, you're going to have it on. If I don't want you hanging with them big-headed, high, black lip hoes, you're not going to hang with them big-headed, high, black lip hoes. You're going to hang with these righteous, boring ass sisters over here who like to, watch class and go bowling and, I don't know, go to the cookout and serve and then when the night comes, whichever brother is with them, he's having a great, good old grand time for about 25 years. That's an extension of you. You get the point? Because that brother, he is a better person than you. You better thank the Lord for him. But if you all caught up into embracing yourself and you defining your own beauty, well, guess what? You don't need no man. You don't need nobody to, help you out. You don't need a father. You could just do what the hell you want and you're going to destroy yourself. Come on.
And what you're saying is so heavy, sir, because sisters act like what we're saying here in the world is far-fetched when they go and do this for the white man every day, and they do it so excellently.
Exactly.
They're excellent secretaries for these white people in these jobs, and they make these jobs successful and more rich by how they tailor-made themselves for
just for the purpose of that job, right. Because of course, and okay, this is really the kicker. And brothers too, but being that the questions come from sisters, a sister will lie to herself and say, I have this career or this job because I need to pay bills and blah, 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 blah. That job gives you purpose. That job makes you feel better. You know why? Because your husband has a job for you too, but you don't feel fulfilled with that shit. You don't feel, it doesn't give you purpose. You don't like the whole, what am I, just a housewife? I just go make kids and cook your food and shit like that? But you'll go watch somebody else's kids and cook their food. Right. You would go on time here and dress how they tell you to dress the same way. Your whole perspective on life just has to change, all right? Read the last part of that possession. And then we move on. Any more questions, Bakwash?
And a pillar of rest.
See, read it again from the top.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36, verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest.
Can you just review that tape? Let's make sure everything's in about 20 minutes.
The book of Ecclesiasticus.
I'm gonna just text it to
chapter
you. Just skimming through it.
36, verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest.
Right? He that getteth a possession, he that get a wife, getteth a possession. She is a help like unto himself, a pillar of rest, and what?
That's it, sir.
No, I missed something. Did I miss something? Read it again.
No. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest.
Okay, keep going.
Oh, God. Verse 25. Where no hedge is.
That's what I want. Salakia. Go ahead.
Oh, God. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. And he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning.
Right? Where no hedge is, the possession is spoiled. And he that has no wife will wander up and down mourning. Sis, what does that mean? Where, read it again out.
Come. Verse 25. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. And he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Verse 26.
Sis, let me hear. What does it mean?
He could be lost.
Where no hedge is, the possession is spoiled. No sweat. What is a hedge?
The top part, the cover.
No. What's a hedge?
A hedge is a bush, but it's in a shape like a gate.
A hedge is like a bush that goes around, like a fence. You understand, sis? You listening?
Yes, I'm looking at the definition, sir. It says a fence or boundary formed by closely growing bushes or shrubs.
That's a hedge. It's a fence or a boundary. What is a fence or a boundary supposed to do?
Protection.
Protection, to keep what's outside,
yes,
and what's inside.
Yes.
Read it again.
Come. Verse 25. Where no hedge is, the possession is spoiled.
Without a hedge. So now, apply that. What's the possession?
The possession is the wife.
So what's the hedge?
The hedge is the husband.
Oh. You don't need a man to embrace you, though. What the Bible say? Bible say without that hedge, you're spoiled. You understand?
Yes.
That man is your measuring stick. He is the filter that you should see the world through. He is what you should be listening to versus other things first.
But how do
you got it.
So how do you determine which one that
Salakia, I apologize. You did ask that question. Yes. Give me when do I want? I want the solid one, boy. I mean, one daughter is better than another.
And why you're thinking, man? Okay, so my thing about this one, because I have a dominant personality.
You do?
Yes, I do. Okay. So my thing about this one,
I couldn't tell, sis. You sitting down here so humble and feminine.
Yes, I'm very humble. I'm very humble because I'm very teachable. I'm very teachable, and I want to learn. I'm eager to learn.
I got you.
However, my thing about it is one, I can say for myself that I can be very disrespectful to men, and it's not because
are men usually disrespectful to you?
Men in the past have been disrespectful according to my trauma. Yes, I have experienced that.
But when you do you disrespect men now who don't disrespect you? You just do it.
I feel that I set that boundary to not fuck with. Oh, I'm sorry.
I get you. I understand. Let it out, sis. This is the right place to let it out. No sweat.
I set that boundary to where you know that you can't fuck with me in that manner.
I got
you. I'm willing to go back at you. However, I'm willing to be submissive, but yet I'm not willing to be submissive to a crash dummy.
I understand.
What I'm trying to say.
Okay. Do you consider yourself a wreck?
Do I consider myself a wreck?
Yeah.
No,
okay. Oh, slow down. Slow down. Okay. No. No. Let's not go too far off. Okay. So you said you're not willing to submit to a crash dummy.
Yes.
So you know what a crash dummy looks like.
Yes, I do.
But you don't know what a wreck looks like.
Do I know? I know that men are broken.
Are you broken?
I have been broken, but yes.
Are you broken?
In most part, yes, I am. But I am.
Are you a wreck?
No, I'm not a wreck.
Okay, that's what we need.
Soldier.
I wouldn't break your soul. No. I won't break your soul.
I ain't gonna break my soul.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem, sis. That's the problem. And this is not me trying to attack you. This is me trying to help you. Well, you're gonna shut your mouth first, and you're not gonna talk when I'm talking. You understand? That's the first thing you're gonna do. All right, I got you. I'm gonna answer your question first, and then I'm gonna help you understand something. All right. In fact, I'm gonna address that part first. Somebody give me contrite spirit in Psalms. Give me yet is one daughter better than another. All right. Contrite spirit, one daughter better than another. What you holding? What's you got?
Daughter better than another.
What you have Yahanna for?
Whenever you ready.
Okay, no sweat.
Sorry, is it
Yeah, if anybody wants water, that's the water. I'm good. Okay, so says firstly, you are as broken as your brothers. You are a wreck as much as your brothers. You understand? That's the first thing you have to understand about yourself. You're not who you think you are. You're not the soldier for God that you think you are. You don't even know what the Lord wants and what he does not want yet. All right? You're going to have to understand that about yourself. Also, give me all thy righteousnesses as filthy rags. All right? Give me contrite spirit. No, Salakia. Give me the other one. What I want first. Yeah, please.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 36, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
A woman will receive every man.
Say it again.
A woman will receive every man.
Right? The Bible says a woman will receive every man. You know what that means? All right, keep reading.
Yet is one daughter better than another.
Yet is one daughter better than another. You know what that means? All right, think about it. A woman will receive every man. Yet still, in spite of that, there's one daughter that's better than another daughter. What does that mean?
There's one daughter that's better than the other.
A woman will receive every man, but yet there's one daughter that's better than another.
Who is that daughter?
How would you know? All right. A Jordan will receive every foot. Yet there's one J that's better than another. Do you understand that one?
Is that based because the fit or the color?
I'm saying it to you. There's many Jordans, right?
Yes.
And you could buy any one and they'll fit your foot if you wear 7 or whatever. Every size 7 every different year will fit your foot. Right. Every Jordan will receive your foot. But there's one Jordan that's better than another. What does that mean?
The way out.
You will choose the one that's better for you.
Right.
You decide the quality on that Jordan. Right. Every woman will receive every man. Doesn't matter. She'll receive everybody. Right?
Right.
She got people texting her phone. She got boyfriend number 2. She got a DMs full of people. She'll receive everybody. But yet there's one daughter that's better. Who chooses that daughter? And how does he choose the daughter?
Based on her uniqueness from the other.
I get you, but when he sees her uniqueness, whatever that is, how does he now choose her? How does he now get her? She's a daughter. How does he now get her? Goes to the father. And then what does he do with the father?
He offers.
How would you like a brother? Are you married?
No.
How would you like a brother that wants to marry you to go to your father?
I will want to ask permissions from my father and my brother.
So then, do you choose?
I don't choose.
Give her a hand. That's how you get a man, sis. You don't choose. Your father chooses for you, because your father does not receive every man. Your father is going to do what?
He's going to investigate.
He's going to be a hedge around the possession, because you're his possession.
Yeah.
And he gonna look at this brother and be like, hey, ain't no sweat, brother. All right, close the door. Don't ever bring that nigga back here. Daddy, because as far as you concerned, you love struck. You just, fluttering butterflies every time you see him, and this, that, the other. Do you know women in the world, they get turned on by the smell after the barber, the alcohol and the hair and the powder? You know, there's women in the world, they see that little shavings on your collar and they be like, ooh, wee. I just walk with a whole bag of hair every time and just throw it on you. Because you're so dumb and simple. You're stupid. You're going to lay down with a man for the rest of your life over hair trimmings? You're a dummy. You can't choose. You need somebody to choose for you because you're too sensual. You respond too much to compliments. You blush. I mean, we're talking about for the rest of your life with kids. It's somebody who you're going to argue with and come back home and cry on my shoulder when he cuss your ass out, to play it bluntly. That doesn't mean your marriage is over. A man who done went through it, he has to choose for you. You don't choose yourself. You can't choose yourself. Why? I'm gonna put it plain for you. You're a downright mess. You're just too emotional. You're just full of feelings. Your father had to come now and say, listen, that last one you bring, you stay far from him. This other one here, you ain't too interested in him. What's he gonna say this? What's wrong with him? That means the father like him. Hey, so and so, you check out. Oh, what's wrong with him? I don't know. He's just boring. Okay. Who's his father again? Where he live? Right. And before long, he go befriend that brother, so he could give your simple behind a life that you would throw away today for thrills, for shiny shit, for a new goddamn haircut. God damn. A new shave, and you bust it. Can you bust it? Go ahead,
So like I said, what you said is just the absolute truth. It's even in the world, as brothers, we will prey upon the fact that she don't have
no father.
She don't have a father because we knew she's stupid. You know what I'm saying?
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy money.
Right.
It's easy money. She ain't got no father. Right. That's easy money.
Right.
She ain't got no father figure. Oh my gosh, it's a wrap.
That's what we say, like, you know what I'm saying? The city, like, oh, she's sweet. He said she's sweet. You go to your boy, hey, she's sweet.
You go to your boy, and guess what happens after you? She ain't sweet no more until you find something sweeter. Yeah. Right. What happens after? Because you don't tell the boy she's sweet. Right. Now he goes, and the sister, she think it's just, somebody coming to rescue her from a bad situation. We already planned. Yeah. We already planned the pickup. We already planned the brick and the rebound. I mean, it's the rebound, it's the board, it's the We already planned that because it's simple and wicked in the world, but a father seeing the whole play. Go ahead.
But what does God do to those that prey upon the vulnerable?
Well, give me the one before. Ecclesiastes 36.
That was 26.
No, come on, y'all pay attention. Give me a wicked man is a wicked woman's portion.
26.
I will call the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 23.
Quickly, 25. What do I want? Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
That's what the Lord does.
Right.
You understand? You sure? The one who prays on somebody like that, that woman who would not listen to her hedge and wants to go beyond the hedge, you had to deal with whatever is out there. That's life. It's better to be protected. It's better to be under a hedge. It's better to have somebody run your life. It's way better. And this is what you have to understand as a sister. Running your life. Brothers have their lives run too. Yeah. Brothers have their lives run too. Right. You know what I mean? And the brother who is over you, who watching you, he gonna just let you know, says, I wouldn't go right, I'll go left. But shit, you could go right if you want to. And then you could go right, and then whatever you meet down right side, you got to deal with that. Right. When you have a hedge, when you have a protection, somebody who is over you, is a leader, somebody who corrects you, over time, you would understand how to run your own life. And then you running, you going, you doing whatever. And then when you have issues, you confer with that person because you have a hedge, you have a protection over you. Right. Now, if you're rejecting the hedge, if you're proud, if you're not this, give me have a care for thy daughters too. If you're not humble and you proud and you disrespect everybody and nobody could tell you shit, and you want to run your shit out, well, go out there and get ran over. Go out there and get hurt. Go out there and get beat. And if you like being out there, what does that mean? Or you like being beat. Right. You like being hurt. Because you could just come back where the protection is and be under protection. Right. But go ahead.
But where is the protection?
Right here.
That's right.
Salam.
Right.
Salam. Yes, sir. Right here. Right here. Commander General Yahanna done raised the school up to give me a sanctuary also. About that time? No sweater. Two water, two out. You have to finish up there. All right. What scripture is somebody holding for me?
I have Ecclesiastes 7:23.
What's that?
That's the halves thou daughter.
Give me that.
Sir. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 23. Hast thou children, instruct them and bow down their neck from their youth.
Do me a favor, because I take this computer. Shepard, you take the Shema, right? Right, read it again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 23. Hast thou children, instruct them and bow down their neck from their youth.
Right, hast thou children, instruct them and bow down their neck from their youth. Right? Meaning what? Make them come to form. Right. Make them come to form or conform to what you laying down. Right. Not everybody else, not the culture of the world or the ways of the world, but what you laying down. Keep going.
Hast thou daughters?
Hast thou what?
Hast thou daughters?
Have you daughters? Go ahead.
Have a care of their body.
Have a care of their body. Keep going.
And show not thyself cheerful toward them.
And show not thyself too cheerful towards them. Why is that? Anybody know? Sis, you want to take a shot at it? Hast thou daughters? Have a care for their bodies. And show thyself not too cheerful towards them. Go ahead.
Treat their bodies like a temple.
Did it say treat their body? What do you do in a temple? What do you do in a temple?
You cleanse yourself, holy, you don't disrespect it.
So how would you treat your daughter's body like a temple? You go in a temple to pray. That's the first thing. Yeah. That's not what it's saying. Hast thou daughters? Read it again.
Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them.
Right? Have a care of their body. What does that mean? Antipara? Go ahead. Go ahead, Antipara. And I'm gonna try. Anybody want to try it? Have a care for their bodies.
Keep it clean and maintenance.
Go ahead.
Is it if you have a daughter, not so much protect them, but watch over them so that they don't go astray.
But when I say have a care for their bodies, what's that part? Why I say, care for their body? They say have a children, bend their neck. Make sure their head is right and humble. Not high and proud, but more humble. Could be told what to do, corrected. They say, has thou daughters have a care for their bodies?
Meaning that nobody has sex with them.
Why?
Because you want your daughter to, when the man gets a daughter over, you want to make sure that she has not had sex yet.
Why?
Because if that man gets that daughter, say you give your daughter to a man, and then he found out, oh, she had sex before. When you come back to the father, and say she a woman.
Why though? Why he coming back to her? Why he coming back to the father?
So that man would treat her like he would. To get that dowry back.
You're going way far. Y'all ain't staying here. Raise your hand, sis. Go ahead. No, all that is pretty language that seduces women. That's not. No. Why do you have a care for their bodies?
Because they won't.
Well, that too. That too.
Because it's now your possession.
That body that woman has is the most valuable thing she has.
Right.
That's why you have a care for it. You watch how it's clothed. You watch how it's taken care of. You watch who gets to see it. You tell her about it. You educate her, because one day she's going to have to give that valuable, precious thing to somebody. But until that day, she'll cover that shit up. She can't advertise that shit. She had to be told, listen, don't let anybody get in there.
Right.
Don't go cheap. Don't be simple out here. That thing is valuable. Ask Denzel. You don't believe me? Ask some people who married for 50, 60 years. You get the point? That's why. And don't show thyself too cheerful towards them. Why?
So they can be obedient or fear you or respect you?
Yes. Okay. What's the context of cheerful?
Well, I was going to ask you.
Go ahead.
It's going devalue.
Devalue what? What showing if you're a father and you're showing yourself too cheerful towards your daughter? No. It can't. I see what you say. No, not that answer.
It's more like your father, you being playful, and she's not gonna take you too playful. She's not gonna take you seriously.
The cheerful there is this. He's not my daddy. He's my friend. That's not my mother's. We and her are besties. You're raising a hoe. She's gonna be a single hoe just like you. You're gonna be best hoes.
And that's why certain parents is like, even my mother, like my mother's one of those strict mothers where as though she like, I was never your friend, I'm your mother.
That's it. That's it. I'm not your friend, I'm your father. Rally in here, you're gonna cover up, you're gonna do what I say, you're gonna come in when I say, you're not gonna hang with that dummy no more. Them friends and them, you're gonna have to be like that, or else you're going to raise a woman who's just gonna be for everybody. She's gonna receive every man. What's the point? A woman, she's going to need somebody over her all the time. Give me 1 Corinthians. That's why the woman has to have power on her head. Give me that scripture real quick. What's the other one somebody was holding? You was holding something else. No? Okay, no sweat. Give me that one. Little sanctuary, Ezekiel 11 and 16. Read that for me real quick. Oh, young man. 11 and 16. Go ahead. No sweat.
Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord God, although I have cast them far off among the heathen,
And although I have scattered them among the countries.
Right? That's what the Lord is saying to the 12 tribes of Israel. Even though we scattered, even though we cast off, and he was scattered amongst the heathen and different countries. Go ahead.
Yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary.
And he will be to us as a little sanctuary. A sanctuary, a place of refuge. A small place of refuge. Go ahead.
In the countries where they shall come.
In the countries where they shall come. That's the Israelite school of UPK. That's your protection. That's your hedge. This is the place where you're going to get corrected after you're told how filthy you are. After you're told how much of a wreck you are. After you're told how much you done failed the Lord and there's nothing special about you. So you can now reject yourself. You're going to have to be able to reject yourself and not think of yourself too highly, because of course at that point you can't learn nothing. You can't, you can't ever learn anything. I need men, all thy righteousness is at a filthy rags. I need Job, I abhor myself, and broken and contrite spirit. I need them 3 scriptures, all right?
I got broken and contrite spirit.
Give me that last. Give me the others what I wanted first, all right? Any more questions?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. You'll know, of course, this weekend, April 27th, live in Times Square, Commander General Yahanna going to be rocking it out. I.S.U.P.K camp. I think it's going to start from about 10 or 11 in the morning till in the afternoon. You'll make it up to New York Times Square, August 27th. We're going to be rocking it out. Biggest platform on planet Earth. I don't think there's a better speaking spot on the whole earth than that Times Square, brother. That's the best place to prophesy against this kingdom. And on Saturday night, of course, is the yacht party. Sunday is the cookout, Marcus Garvey Park. Make your way up to New York, pay some tolls, get up there, man, rock it out. The cookout is the Sunday, August 28th. All right. What are you holding? Give me that.
Isaiah chapter 64, verse 6.
All right. This is for anybody who's coming into the truth. This is for anybody who coming out the world. All right. Anybody who's coming out the world and wants to start to make that step to learning and becoming brand new. Go ahead. Me, all thy righteousness is as filthy rags.
Also, too, sir, the camp speaking is 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Right, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. You'll make it there, ASAP.
Like I would say, I know I'm not gonna get to speak, but I got something.
I mean, how you know that? You don't know nothing.
I got something ready to play.
I don't know nothing. I just trying to make it out. I just trying to be there. Right. Give me all thy righteousness. Give me some of the other questions.
The brother asked Salaki, sir, in Matthew 14:6 is King Herod an Israelite?
Herod is, I think he had an Israelite mother. I think Herod had an Israelite mother, heathen father. I believe so. Kind of 60-70% sure that. Herod is a heathen. I think he had an Israelite mother, heathen father.
That's like I did.
Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 64, verse 6. But we are all as unclean things.
But we are all as unclean things before the Lord. All right. This is once again for everybody. You coming into the truth. You wanna recognize that the way you lived your life before was absolutely filthy and disgusting and unclean and not good, and you're not who you think you are. Go ahead.
And all our righteousness are as filthy rags, and we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities, like the wind. Like the wind have taken us away.
Right? And all our righteousness is as filthy rags. That whole thing about, you won't break my soul. That I wanted to go into that so bad tonight. That whole vibe that Beyonce is pushing, it's damn near antichrist. It's being proud while you're standing in piss and muck and mire. And you wouldn't change your life because you can't be broken. You can't feel like this is wrong and I need to go the other way. You understand? Nobody's going to tell me what to do. Nobody is going to bring me down. And you need to be brought down in order to be born again, in order to learn. You're going to have to throw away everything you knew before, even what you think of yourself. Right? Any more? What's the other one-on-one? Give me abhor myself in Job. Who have it? Come on, quickly. Who have contrite spirit? Anybody holding that?
Yeah.
Go ahead, give me contrite spirit. Quickly, Art.
Psalm chapter 51, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart.
Right? The sacrifices of the Lord are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. What does that mean? The Lord does not want you proud. That's why your life is hell. He wants you to get pain and beaten so you could turn back to him. You could turn back to his protection. America would tell you what? Keep pushing. Fight. You're going to make it. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And you still make it, but you're broken. You're done beaten up. You're destroyed. You're wasted. Why not take the lesson and turn from that thing? Turn from how you was. Don't think of yourself like you was all this great and wonderful and you're a soldier and you're going to ride. You're a soldier. The Lord going to bring some war to your life. You're going to watch your fight. You're going to have to now turn back around. That's why your life is hell, because he wants you broken and contrite. He wants you broken and contrite, ready now to listen. You're fed up of how life has been going. You're fed up of all the pain from the past. You're fed up of, your addiction. You're fed up of everything that's been plaguing you. And this is what happens to everybody in the world. All of us been at that point where it's just like, man, something had to change. I'm about done with this shit. I'm done. Something has to change. I always reference a card song that which one is it? Not Prepare Slaughter. One of them songs where he said he came to the school and it felt like he crawled upon the front porch. He says it in the song where he walked up to the school and knocked on the door, and it felt like in his spirit, it felt like he was crawling to the door. Because life was so goddamn hard. Now, somebody in that position is not a soldier. No, somebody in that position ain't gonna say, well, you ain't gonna break my soul. I'm broken already. Show me how to fix it. Now, until you get there, you can't be helped. Until that point, you can't be helped. It's like driving a car. Women famous for doing it. Driving the car with the engine light on. We're going to get there. We're going to just get there. Go ahead, God. Get me there. See, I know. Faith got me to work. The tires smooth like this and the engine light on. Take the car to the goddamn mechanic. You too goddamn proud. You know why you're scared of the mechanic? Who knows why? You know why they don't like to go to the mechanic? Not to buy. Come on. I'm going to give her this one. She answers about once a year. I need to get. Go ahead. Let me take a picture of this. Not to buy answer a question. This is this going with the Bigfoot sighting. Go ahead. Well, that's true, but not really. Women scared of the mechanic for one reason and one reason only. Mm-mm.
They feel like he's gonna like try to get over on her.
Yeah, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. He gonna break her soul out. He said, "Oh, this thing, oh sis, damn. Come, let me show you."
Right.
Yeah, the capacitator and the fibrillator is broken, and that's gonna be about $3,000. But I can fix it for you for about $18. Don't tell nobody. Meanwhile, you just need some new spark plugs. But you don't want to go because you don't want to get played. You know why? Because you don't got no protection. You don't got no hedge. Ain't no man gonna say, baby, drop the car off, I'm gonna take it. Because you just disrespect everybody. And no, your soul can't be broken and you ain't feminine. So, man, let that bitch take the bus, man. I ain't going to take her car to no mechanic. For what? Shit. No, nobody there to help you. So you are the whim and fancy of the whole world. You need to be broken.
Right. And it it was a sister in the school who posted something about her car. She was like, it was before she had a husband, and then she got a husband. She was saying her mechanic had her car for like 8 months, 9 months. Soon as she got she always went to them to ask to get it back. They would always spin her around.
Yeah, because they've been driving the car.
Soon as she got a husband, soon as she got a husband, and he went in there that one time, he got a car.
Yeah, because he got a head. There's some things a man can do and some things a woman can do. And we both need each other. And I just want to make this clear. This is not coming down on the sister. It's just because she asked the question. But men need women, women need men. Right? But of course, we can't coexist if you dominant. I'm dominant. End of story. Simple. Life is simple now. Where we going? Where you want to go? What we eating? What you want to eat? You want to eat something tonight? Let's go over there. Oh, I can't make up my mind. Well, I'll make it up for you. What you feeling like? I don't know. I know I'm hungry. Ain't no sweat. Come on, let's go. Where we going? I'm surprised. You know what I mean? Your life is easy now. Now you said no in that front seat looking all pretty, front seat reclined back. You're looking good. You ain't had to worry about nothing. You're going to get your belly full. Don't worry about it.
I was going to say earlier, as you were saying, it's easy.
Give me Job 42 and 6, all right? Go ahead.
Even as a man,
Mm-hmm.
you have somebody, a leader that's better than you, and you're not proud enough to say so, you can go to them and they'll give you wisdom, and your life is easier just
from a conversation.
You don't have to make all your decisions.
That's it. It's a terrible burden to not be in that situation, and that's where our oppressor wants us. He wants us separated so a woman could be easily gamed up, so he could get all her money, and that man who is her brother gets no help. And that's the other side of a strong, independent woman that you don't see. Most sisters don't see. Most sisters don't see that it is an attack on masculinity. It's an attack on black men. Making a woman independent is destroying black men. You cannot love black men and be an independent black woman. You hate black men. You might not understand it. You might not think so, but you're an absolute enemy to black men. You understand? Because while you're being independent and strong for black men, you're being totally subservient and feminine to the white man. You serving him. You building his empire while yours suffers. Give me Job 42 and 6 real quick. Go ahead.
Job chapter 42, verse 6. Wherefore I abhor myself and repent in dust and ashes.
Yeah, hold on now. Do I need to skip up? Is there any more? Read on 5.
Verse 5. I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but now mine eye seeth thee.
Right? What is that saying? Job is saying, he's saying to the Lord. Read verse 1.
Verse 1. Then Job answered the Lord and said, I know that thou canst do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from thee.
This is Job talking to the Lord. And you know what the Lord did to Job? Killed his, children, killed his, servants, took away his wealth, gave him boils, made him sick. And Job was a man who obeyed the Lord. Job was put through hell. And Job was asking, why is this happening all the time? Why is this? I've been good. I did everything you said, which is what Christians say. Lord, why me? Why does this have to happen to me? Nigga, why not you? Why not you? Who else should it happen to? Pick somebody who deserves what you got. Let me see how proud your dumb ass is. You're going to look at somebody else and say, yeah, they deserve that. Which is why I asked you if those brothers are crash dummies, are you a wreck? You could pick somebody else, but you can't see it in you. You understand? So Job he's talking to the Lord. He's saying, I know what you can do. I see you know all things. Go ahead.
Who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge?
You understand? Who is the man that could hide counsel from you without you knowing? You understand? Without you knowing everything that's going on. Which man could do it? Go ahead.
Therefore have I uttered that I understood not.
Therefore, I have uttered things that I did not understand. I'm going to make it. I'm good. You ain't going to break my soul. Why me? You uttering things you don't even have an idea what you're saying. Go ahead.
Things too wonderful for me, which I knew not.
Things too wonderful for you, which you knew not. Which meaning you're too simple to understand things, which is why you need to be told. You ain't going to understand this on your own. Somebody is going to have to tell you. You don't understand it, right? Remember, Job was questioning, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Go ahead.
Here, I beseech thee, and I will speak. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me.
And then now Job is ready to beseech the Lord. He be ready to beseech the Lord. Therefore, I beseech thee, and I will speak. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. Meaning he ready now to hear what the Lord has to say. And that's the point you're going to have to reach. You're going to have to reach that rock bottom. Because the only way from there is up. But while you are proud and puffed up and thinking you know everything and you're righteous and this and that, the Lord can't do nothing with you. You can't. Keep going.
I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear.
Right? He said, now, in times past, I've heard of this power of the Bible. I've heard of the Lord. I heard how terrible he could be. I heard about Egypt, about Sodom and Gomorrah. I heard how bad he could be. Go ahead.
But now my eye seeth thee.
But shit, I see what the hell you do to my life. I know you a whole different way now. I understand now. I heard how terrible you was. But shit, Lord, you rough on me now. All this stuff I'm going through, all this hell I'm in, all this pain and anguish. Now my eyes really see you. You get the point? It's like, imagine you in a house with a father and you hear how bad he check everybody in the house. But you the baby, you never get checked. You could never do no wrong. Oh boy, look at you. You're so cute and righteous and you proud. Until one day you hear how horrible you really are. And then that belt is to your ass. And now you don't look at daddy the same no more. You used to hear how bad he was before. Now you feel it. Now you go into your brothers and them, man, why he had to beat me so bad? Nigga, you was laughing when he was beating me. You was in the next room being like, well, that's what he get. He shouldn't have come in here so late. You was in the next room egging it on, like, yep, you got to listen to daddy. Right? I don't want no crash dummy. Now the Lord put it on you now, and you think you getting it worse. No, now you know who he is. That's why your life is hell. That's why all our lives was hell before. Because we don't know who he is. And he's a father that wants his people back. Go ahead.
Wherefore I abhor myself.
Say it again.
Wherefore I abhor myself.
Say it one more time.
Wherefore I abhor myself.
Therefore I abhor myself. Sis, you know what abhor yourself means? Look up the word abhor. Read on.
And repent in dust and ashes.
And repent in dust and ashes. All right, as soon as she get it, because what are questions we have real quick?
Yeah.
Hold on, you got it?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It is a verb. It says regard with disgust and hatred.
To regard with disgust and hatred. Read it again.
Wherefore I abhor myself.
Wherefore I abhor myself. So what is Job saying?
Job saying, I'm disgusted with myself, and I repent.
And I regard myself with hatred because of how I was. Go ahead. Come on. I'm waiting.
But if Job was a faithful man, how could he have abhorred himself if he was a faithful man?
But he did, though. He did abhor himself. That's what he said. I abhor myself. Are you faithful as Job?
No.
So how much more should you abhor yourself? Huh? You ain't so soldiery right now, right? Right? You get the point? That's the point of this. The point of this is you ain't close to Job in righteousness. So how in the hell you a soldier and you ain't gonna be broken? What you talking about? You understand? Yeah, you're gonna have to get there. You're gonna have to get there, sis. Don't worry about the crash dummy. Worry about the wreck you are. Worry about fixing yourself. That's what you need to do. You get the point? All right. And repent with dust and ashes. Meaning once you get to that point, now you could be turned around. Now you could be cleaned up and given life now. You understand? Now you could become something that the Lord smiles upon. Now you could become something that the Lord looks on and be like, boy, look at that daughter right there. Look at that son right there, man. Listen, pull up that picture with that brother from Florida. That brother from Florida. I had to call Shawoyala, boy. I mean, listen, you can't tell me the I.S.U.P.K is not the home of the truth and Commander Yahanna is not the Lord's prophet. Brother, you gotta get out of hand. This brother posted a picture of him not only in a garment with the priest garment with the headpiece. He have on that Hebrew Academy cover. And he's standing up looking mighty. And right next to him is a picture of a brother standing over a trash can with a little zig in his hand and looking in the trash can. That was him. Coming to the camp, struggling in all black. He's in all black there, but he was homeless on the street. And this brother is you see him, you would not know they're the two people if he didn't post the picture together. You pull it up? The brother gonna pull it up right now and see her. Like, the Lord could do something absolutely amazing with you if you decide to reject this world. That's the other part of abhorring yourself. You think you so right and you so good. You're really good for America. You're good for the oppressor. You're going to have to reject all of that shit and turn over to the Lord. And you're going to see what the Lord could do with you. You're going to see what's going on with you. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a sister, you're going to get some brothers to come up in here and pay a bag for you. Your sisters always talk about, you want a high value man. What about a high value woman? What is that like? How much does that cost? You're going to get a brother that's going to come and talk to your father. And your father going to say $5,000 and look him dead in the eye and wait for him to flinch. And he going to flinch. He going to say, what? That's how I know you ain't shit, nigga. Excuse my language. Oh, 5,000 too much. This is the rest of your life. You don't want to know? Okay, no problem. Somebody will pay that. Yeah, $2,000. Somebody will come and be like, okay, well, listen, I ain't got it, but let's set up a payment plan. All right, nigga, now we talking. Now we talking something. But the payment plan, he mightn't even give it to you because he might, I don't know. You get the point? But if if he's a crash dummy and you a soldier, then go soldier on. Man, you got the picture up? Listen, that there is the spirit of the Lord, brother. That's the mighty work of the Lord. That is a complete turnaround. And that could not happen with somebody being proud and happy with themselves and how they are. You're going to have to seek that change. You're going to have to want it. You're going to have to be tired of the bullshit and throw away your pride. You're going to have to get rid of that. That's it. What's the last one I want? Broken and contrite spirit. Then give me whatever question is left. Give me broken and contrite spirit in Psalms. And let's run. Who has it?
Psalms chapter 51, verse 17. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart.
Right? The sacrifices of the Lord are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. Broken and contrite. You get the point? You can't be proud. There's no pride in that point. At that point, you've had enough. You've had enough. Can't take this shit no more. Cannot carry on like this. I need a change. Not you won't break my soul. That's not the right spirit for that shit. That's somebody who's proud. I need to be beaten more by life. You go out there and get beaten up and get in more crashes and marry more crash dummies. And your body comes high. Get high more and make friends with the hoes of the world. Or you could just decide to change. Go ahead.
What's that? Psalm 51 and what?
17.
All right. All right. Let's get one more question before we wrap it up.
The brother asks, can the devil/Satan answer people's prayers? Oftentimes, rich people tend to say God gave them money, even though they don't keep any of the laws. So who is blessing them with money?
Yes, Satan can bless you. Satan can give you exactly what you want. He can give you exactly what you want if you side with him. You stand with him, you're gonna get everything you want. You get the point? Go ahead.
Right, but at the same time, when he go to report back, he gonna sit right there in court with the Lord and say, "Look, see, all I had to do was give him a little bit of money. And he don't deserve what you say he to inherit."
Well, okay, the for sure, but the point of this is for somebody who is a Christian or somebody who is a sinner, they think because they have money or they have resources that the Lord is blessing them. Satan can bless you too.
Yep.
So the point of it is, should you feel good for being blessed? That preacher who was asking for the Movado watch and calling his congregation broke, he getting blessed with gifts from them. That's why he's asking for more gifts from a ton of pork eating, shrimp eating, homosexuals, whores, and child molesters. That's who's giving him gifts. Who's blessing him? The Lord or Satan? Exactly. But to him, this blessing is from the Lord. Give me where Satan came to Yahushua. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 8. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee.
This is here that angel Satan coming to our king, who we call Christ, just before, as he's fasting before he's to go on the cross.
Right.
And now, okay, him completing that mission of going and getting crucified is according to the law, that sacrifice that now is going to give us a second chance. Because by this time, the Lord ready to throw everybody away. He first threw away the 9.5 tribes. He kept Judah and his fellows, Judah, Benjamin, and part of Levi. At this time here, the Lord is ready to be done with the whole nation. Christ come on the scene as that lamb that's unblemished, that did not sin, that would go and lay down his life so that we could get a second chance, that the Lord could now say, you know, all right, I'm going to let everybody back in. It's like a father kick everybody out of the house, but this one child who listens.
Right.
And this one child misses everybody else and say, if you don't let them back in, you know, I'm gone.
Right.
And then he goes, and then the father let everybody back in. Just think like that. Not saying that's what Christ did, but just think that type of scenario where the Lord now is like, okay, now you could come on back.
Right.
Now you could come on back. This man here, he coming, he ready to lay it down for y'all. Now you could come on back.
Right.
All right, read it.
Say it again, sir.
Read it again.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 8. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then saith Jesus unto him.
Right. So now Satan promised him blessings.
Right.
I'll give you all these kingdoms, all these things if you fall down and worship me.
Right.
And that's what happens to people every day. Right. Whether you're going to serve the Lord or serve this kingdom. And serving this kingdom has its rewards. You ask Creflo Dollar and TD Jakes, ask Farrakhan. That's why a ton of them can't leave their religion now. Because to leave their religion now would mean they don't have the pump. They don't have all that popularity. They don't have all the resources no more. They're going to lose it because those resources only came because they followed Satan.
Right.
You turn and follow the Lord, you might lose it all. You might lose everything. People say to us on the street, man, if I listen, what you're saying is the truth. But if I come stand with you all, I'm gonna lose my job. Like, we don't have slavery. You get the point? Like, we just, I don't know, we sleep under a bridge and eat air. You get the point? Man, listen, if I follow y'all, listen, man, my old lady, she ain't gonna go for that. Well, all right, nigga. I got about a handful of them that go for that. Right. They gonna go for that. Yeah. Ooh. You get the point? Like, you thinking backwards. You thinking what you're gonna lose. You're not thinking what you're gonna gain. But Satan will play on you thinking what you going to lose. You understand? And he's going to bless you with that. And you could take that, you know, if you want. You could sell out early. Right. So yes, Satan can bless you. Right. All right? Any more?
We had another one, sir.
Go ahead.
The brother wanted to break down on 1 Timothy 3:1 through 6. read, sir?
Yeah, please.
Come on. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy or filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
Where's this again? 1 Timothy 1?
3:1-6.
All right, no sweat. And he wanted a breakdown. This is a brother or sister?
It's a brother, also Columbia.
Okay. 1 Timothy, what again?
Chapter 3, verses
1-6. Okay, no sweat. Go ahead.
Verse 5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house,
read again from the top, Salaki.
This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler. All
right, let's break it down one by one as you go real quick. All right, about 5 minutes. All right, read it from the top again.
This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work.
All right, this is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, what's a bishop? Somebody who is in charge of a school. All right, your brothers who are in charge of a school, or somebody who is in charge of the whole thing of a city, you would have that. That would be somebody who would be a bishop in the Bible. All right, that's this term is more so the Latin term or translation for the Latin term, but this would be your captain or your highest officer over a city or a general. That would be a bishop. All right. And he's saying if you desire the office of a bishop, that's a good work. That's it's a good desire to have. Right? It's not, nobody ain't gonna say, yeah, don't do it. This is a good thing to aspire to. All right, go ahead.
A bishop then must be blameless.
He must be blameless, meaning what? If you're gonna aspire to do this job, you cannot be somebody who haphazardly causes offenses. Meaning what? You habitually are causing offenses or being unlawful where a lot of blame is at your feet, or you're making decisions that are going to negatively affect someone. Habitually doing it, you cannot have blame. You must be blameless. You must be that type of person where, hey, go see so-and-so. Oh, no, this person does this. Or go see so-and-so. No, that person does that. I was going to run into it. This type of the things that would make you blameless or that would make you have blame attached to your name. All right, go ahead. Somebody pick it up. You have it? Please.
The husband of one wife.
The husband of one wife. All right. So now most people see this and say this means having more than one wife is unlawful. That's not true. Why?
Because it's not talking about anything as far as something carnal, like a carnal wife like in the world.
Well, before that, before we get to that part, give me something else.
Because Christ and Paul didn't have wives at all.
Christ would be considered a bishop.
Right.
He didn't have any wives.
Right.
But it said here, a bishop must be blameless,
right,
must be the husband of one wife.
Right.
Christ didn't have a wife.
Right.
Paul built 7 schools. He would be considered a bishop. He didn't have a woman.
Right.
So then Paul couldn't be a bishop if this was true.
Right.
So this lets you know this is not talking about that wife you have sex with. This is talking about a wife in terms of the work.
Right.
You're going to have to be somebody who this job comes before your family.
Right.
This job comes before you.
Right.
In essence. You understand? Just like this wife. Like if you had this wife, you would lay down your life for her. You protect her, you teach her, provide, whatever. You get the point? Make the decisions. This job has to be your wife. Come on.
Like they always say, I'm married to the game.
I'm married to the game. Right? Brothers understand that.
Right.
But this part here trips people up because of the Christian church.
Right.
You get the point? Give me 1 Corinthians 7 and 29. Hold where you're at. Let somebody else grab it. 1 Corinthians 7 and 29 real quick. Go ahead.
Chapter 7, verse 29.
Uh-huh.
But this I say, brethren, the time is short.
Mm-hmm.
It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Mm-hmm. The time is short. It remained that those that have wives be as though they have none. What does that mean?
I mean, you know, your wives is your possession. You gotta tend to it. You gotta tend to them, take care of them, make them straight. But it's times where they may not see you for a minute. They may not see you for a while because you don't work of the Lord.
Because the work of the Lord is that wife that gets preference over them all.
Right.
You understand? And a woman is not going to be able to understand that if she is proud.
Right.
Why are you always over there in class? Why are you always on the corner? Why you got to dress like that? One who covers her head, though, she going to do what? Oh, you got to go here? Here's this envelope. Where's your shoes? You got this? You got anything you need me to do? She's going to help push you in that direction.
Right.
But of course, you have to be the type of brother that regardless the type of wife you have, you're going to be out the door. You're going to be out the door. Whether you had to say, Thawada, or thank you, or bitch, shut up and leave. Whichever one you had to deal with, you had to be the type of brother that can go. You had to be the type that as though he has none. Because that one wife matters, right? That one wife in verse 2 of 1 Timothy chapter 3 is talking about the truth. Give me Revelation, thy first love. All right, Revelation 2. I have aught with thee because you forgot your first love. You know what I want? Give me Revelations 2 and 4. Please.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 4. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love.
Right. This is Christ checking this school. This is one of these schools that Paul built that started to get slack. Right. And he's saying, I have an ought with you because you forgot your first love. Right. What's your first love? This work, the truth, the school. You forgot your first love for all your other loves or cares in the world. So that's why a bishop must be the husband of one wife, which is this first love. Right. You get the point? Go ahead.
Verse 5. Remember, therefore.
No, Salaki. Go back to Timothy.
Vigilant, sober.
Right? He must be vigilant. What does that mean? Must have a ton of zeal for the work. He must have a ton of zeal to get shit done, or else he can't be over it. He cannot be over it because it's gonna get slack. He had to be sober. What does that mean? Clear-headed, unemotional versus being, what's the opposite of sober? Drunk, being swayed with feeling and emotion. You had to be clear-headed and focused in on this thing here. That's how you're going to have to be. If you can't be clear and zeroed in, you can't have that position of being over that city. Right? Yahanna? Please. Say again? You can't be impulse. There's times when the impulse had to come, but that's not, you can't, that can't be how you operate. Right. All right, keep going.
Of good behavior.
Of good behavior according to who? The men over you. Salaki, Tawada. Not of yourself. Right. Of good behavior. Somebody has to know, yeah, okay, his reputation is sound. Right. Yeah, I could put that in his hands. His reputation is soft. Him, quiet on that phone, please, sis. All right. You can't be over that.
Right.
Reputation ain't sound. Go ahead.
Given to hospitality.
Given to hospitality. Able to do what? Show brotherhood. If somebody visits somebody, you have to host somebody. You have to be able to be hospitable. Because why? You're over the whole city.
Right.
You get the point? You're over that whole thing. Go ahead.
Apt to teach.
Apt to teach. Being able to now break something down and correct it and teach and get the whole thing going. Not teaching, not just this, but being able to manage the people and show them what to do and help them, sort the whole thing out. Go ahead.
Right. Not given to wine.
Not given to wine, meaning what?
You're not ruled by drink.
You're not a drunkard.
Right.
You're not an alcoholic.
Right.
You could drink without this thing ruling you.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
No striker.
No striker. What does that mean? Come on. Wanting to strike. Somebody who, instead of saying something, smack you. You can't, you're gonna beat up the old city, goddamn.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Not greedy of filthy lucre.
Not greedy of filthy lucre. What does that mean?
So it was always seeking, the whole goal was just to get money.
And no, because it said filthy lucre.
Right.
Which means what?
It's ill-gotten gain.
You down to scheme.
Right.
You down to scheme and get the come up and the re-up. You can't be over a city. You're going to turn the whole city into criminals.
Right.
Right, go ahead.
But patient, not a brawler.
Right, but patient and not a brawler. This is talking about the type of characteristics you're going to have if you're going to be ruling over a city or a camp. Right. All right, go ahead.
Not covetous.
Not covetous, meaning what?
Wanting what somebody else has.
Not wanting what somebody else have. Why is that important?
Because you won't try to steal from somebody or damn they get somebody killed because they have something you want.
Exactly, because the position you in, you being a jealous type of dude, you could easily go do whatever because you in charge. Right? You in charge. That's what was that fool who was married to Jezebel?
Ahab.
It was Ahab? Ahab was married. If it's him, I believe it's him. He was married to Jezebel. He went and took this brother's land. Took it from him because he wanted it.
Right.
Or she wanted it, and he just did it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Like, would King David be an example of that? When he took Uzziah's wife?
When he took Uzziah's wife, when he took Bathsheba, he should not have done that. And the Lord killed his son because of it.
Right.
He should not have done that. He plotted on that brother's woman, and he should not have done that because not just because of his position. It's just he shouldn't. Right. You should not be that type of person, much less that type of person with power to do something. Right. You get the point? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it's unbrotherly.
It's absolutely unbrotherly. You're going to sow discord, and your city going to turn to blood. Right? Go ahead.
Oh God. One that ruleth well his own house.
Right? One that ruleth well his own house. Right? If this particular brother has a family, ribs, whatever, sometimes the brother who in charge, he may not have any family. But if he does, or direct family, maybe he might be in a barracks with brothers. That would be his family. One that rules well his own house. His woman in order, his children in order. Ain't nothing foul going on. He handling the business. That is an example. Okay, now he can handle a little bit more. He could put things in place. You know, you get the point? He ain't losing them kids to CPS. The woman ain't in the station every week with a busted goddamn eye. Or just, she out doing some ridiculous something to get, filthy lucre. You handling your situation how it's supposed to be handled. You develop that reputation. Now what you're doing in your house, now you do it for the whole zone.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Having his children in subjection with all gravity.
With all gravity. Once again, that going back to has thou children, keep their head bowed. Right. Running through the whole, there's one spirit in the whole Bible. One spirit with everything, which is masculinity. Right. Having masculinity, and for a sister having femininity. Right. That's really what it is. It's really having that masculine type of spirit where you could rule this place well.
Right.
And you're ruling it well by the Lord's standards, not how you feel. Right. All right, go ahead.
Verse 5, for if a man know not how to rule his own house,
Mm-hmm.
how shall he take care of the church of God?
Right, for if a man knows not how to rule his own household, how will he take care of the city or the school he's over? Because he's not even ruling his own household well, and that's supposed to be his own. How is he dealing with somebody who is not his own? Right. In terms of that close, relation. You get the point? Go ahead.
Not a novice.
Right, meaning not without seasoning. This brother gonna have to have some years experience on the job. Go ahead.
Lest being lifted up with pride, you fall into the condemnation of the devil.
There it go again. Lest being lifted up with pride. And here it's kind of akin to saying the inexperience the pride is going to be there because you haven't seen enough winters to go through enough pain to humble you, to go through enough shit where this is not about you. This is bigger than you. You're not going to have the pride because you done went through some shit already. You keeping this thing even keel and you pushing this thing forward and rocking and rolling because you're going to have to do some things being in charge that you can't have pride at.
Right.
You can't have pride. There's one thing Israel hates to do, and it's because of pride, which is what?
Ask for help.
That too. That part too. But there's something else. It's common every day.
Apologize.
Yes. Israelite, saying Salakia, take my tongue. Cut it out, nigga. Because I ain't saying sorry. I ain't apologizing to nobody for nothing. You can't be over the city.
Right.
You can't do that. Because oftentimes you're gonna have to do what? Say Salakia.
Right.
You're gonna have to do it when you're not even wrong.
Right.
You're gonna have to take the blame.
Right.
You in charge. Like a father in a house.
Right.
Who's to blame if the lights is out? The children? The woman? Who's to blame if she running up the credit card that you telling her to stop? It's your fault. It's your woman. Handle that.
Right.
It's just you. Now, if you can't be there, then you can't handle the city. You can't do it. You can't take the weight of it. It's just not. This is not for you yet.
Right.
Maybe in the future, some more winters, some more pain, you might be able to get.
Right.
All right. That's it. We good to go. With that, pass the class. Don't forget this Saturday, Times Square, Commander General Yahanna going to be right there, live and direct. Sunday, I.S.U.P.K Cookout headquarters. And of course, Saturday night, they're doing that boat party. Y'all ain't going to want to miss that thing, man. With that, pass the class over to Priest and Officer Shapat.
I.S.U.P.K security announcement. We're the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, out of Commander General Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for six months. They're here to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give it to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation, memorial blowing of the trumpets, first day of the 7th month, Sunday the 25th, September 2022. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. Remember Akim Akwakia. To check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black hairband, and scarf. And with that, I say Admaidim, which means to stand. We give a courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, and Mikey, Barak,
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham.
Yad Matah, Saw, which means to turn. Sisters, you may stand. Imagine. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shema Hashem Yahushua. Y'all give him a top?
It's like if you could. Is this what trying to figure out?
No sweat. Go ahead and help out. Just you can stand right there and show her how to stand.
Come. Since you would stand right hand over left, just like this, and you would say Yahweh. Hashem.
Yahweh Shema.
Yahweh Shema. Il Atha. Hashem. Yahweh Shah. Barak.